The first real wine experience I had was when I was an exchange student in France. I went to France when I was 16. I didn't speak French. I had taken a year's worth of French at the junior college. My dad said if I could take a year and I could pass it, that he would let me go to France. I found a high school that I could go to, found a boarding house I could live in, and I was that hell-bent on being an exchange student. I wanted to go to another country so bad. We had exchange students when I was a kid. So I was really adamant that I wanted to do this. 16, I remember getting put on the plane, leaving home for a year, crying my eyes out, like, what have I done? Like, who does this? And I get over there and I meet other kids from other countries that are exchange students, but they're all 18, they're all seniors, So we would drink wine at dinner.
Hey, there's something you didn't do as a kid?
Now, I mean, my parents would let me drink. I was 16. I was going to parties and stuff. But it was, you're drinking beer and Mickey's Big Mouth and Jack Daniels. I was drinking tequila back then when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, everybody. But the thing was, wine was such an accentuator to the dinner. And maybe it's when you volatilize the esters and you get the smell and but it was something that enhanced the experience. You looked forward to it. Yes, maybe you got a little buzz. Maybe it gave you a little warmth, kind of mellowed you out a little bit. We didn't drink more than a glass or 2 glasses. And it wasn't something that the French kids weren't going to keggers. The United States, it was like Friday night, everybody go meet at the gravel pit, and drink. These French kids would get together and have parties, and maybe someone would have a bottle of wine or whatever. Me, I'd show up to every one of those French kids' parties with a 12-pack. They're just like, what's up with this American? But that was my first time that I really got a chance to enjoy wine. And I was like, wow, this is what my mom and dad love. So I came back. Now I'm older. I'm 17 and a half. And I'm drinking wine. And I'm realizing then the difference between the good and the bad. What I was drinking in France was great. And it was table wine, but we're also right there in wine country in France. So when I got over here, and I'm like, hey, wine. I get a bottle of that. And I'm like, whoa, this sucks. How could it be red like the stuff that I drank in France, yet it tastes so completely different? And so that started kind of the awareness of how vast the spectrum of wine is, and especially with all the different varietals. So when I came to Northern California to open my first restaurant, the thing was always in my mind, one day I want to make my own wine. And it's that situation. The thing that you do is the older you get, the more you realize you don't know anything about it. And once I started to get into, I took my first Somm course, and I passed Somm 1, and I was like, and I barely passed. I was like, you got to be kidding me, Master Sommelier? There's no way in the world I could ever have that deep of a palate. But I did pass, and I was pretty happy about it. But it just opened you up to this reality that it's the depth of it. You'll never learn it all. You'll never know it all.
It's a big world.
It's so deep. And that's what makes it such a fun adventure.